Hello everyone, and welcome back to another devlog for Even Heroes Die. Today we are going to be showing off a brand new demo. It's been about a year since we last released a demo for the game, so this is a pretty exciting milestone to hit. And if you want to play along, if you want to try out the new demo for yourself, there should be a link in the description, so check that out, and be sure to let me know what you think. So yeah, the purpose of today's video is really to just do a little playthrough of my own, show you what's going on, what's new, and give some commentary. But no script or anything like that, so just whatever I see that's noteworthy, I'll let you know. So we found our first power up here, the Glide Leaf. And as always, you can either go to the forest or the mountain area first. I just go mostly to the forest out of habit because that's the first world that I created. But you should be able to make progress no matter which you choose, which should add a little bit to the variety and replayability. So on my map, I can see there's like a witch up here. There was a whole revamp that I did for the map system in the game, because I think for a game like this, the map is really important. Just being able to clearly know where you want to go, where you've been, be able to leave like little markers for yourself. All super important for a game with a map that's constantly changing on you every time you play it. So here we can buy little artifacts. Work pretty much the same way as artifacts in any other roguelite. Although we do need to come back once we find some money. Watch out for these tree guys, they are pretty tanky. These enemies are connected to that warp gate. I'm actually not sure how they got all the way over here. Or I guess, yeah. I'm not sure how he got all the way over here. I'm guessing it's a spider. But still, I don't feel like I was slow enough that he had enough time to crawl all the way over here. But yeah, killing all the enemies that are attached to a given warp gate will allow you to use it to travel to any other gates you've unlocked. So it completely replaces like the manually placing your own checkpoint system that we had before. I like this system better because you really have like your mind cleared up to focus on just killing things and exploring. You don't have to think, well, am I going to come back here? And then if you turn out to be wrong, you don't set a warp point, then you have to basically walk all the way back. It's just one less thing to think about. So here we go. Let's, we have enough money now to go buy an artifact. Let's do that. We can increase our max HP if we're good, or increase our sword swing speed. I'm gonna opt for that one because I think just overall increases to how much damage you can do in a period of time are pretty powerful in any game, really. You might notice that bombs have like a little circle effect around them now before they explode, which is a very small quality of life change, but super useful for actually knowing if you're standing in a spot that's going to be damaged when the bomb explodes. Little quality of life features like that have been something I've spent a lot of time on and will probably continue to spend a lot of time on. Now we can use our glider to go up, and I think we must be reaching the end of the forest. Must be getting close by now. There is a vial shop here. Vials will allow us to reset our curse meter, but they come with a negative side effect. I'll go with this one. And sure, I'll go with this one. Oh, I already had one. Okay, well. You can only carry 2 at a time unless you buy a capacity upgrade. And if you leave, it'll go away, so I'm just going to drink one now. The reason you don't want your curse meter to fill up, and I'll show it off later, is that you'll basically get chased by this ghost, and it'll one-hit kill you if you do. Kind of like a Splunky situation. And it's pretty hard to outrun. And it will stick around until you've killed a set number of enemies. So it's not like you're definitely going to die. You know, if you want to play it risky, you can opt for it and not take any vials. But even I like usually die against it. So it's a pretty risky thing to do. If we go up there, it looks like we can meet the map maker. And you can do the about your dog option, but I want to show that off later once we actually meet his dog. Normally that only shows up after you find his like forest home where he has a little pet dog. But it persists across runs, and I've already done it because I've already tried recording this. And I guess I didn't delete my save file properly. So, yeah. Ooh, holy water. Removes 1 random ailment. And ailments are like the negative side effects from these vials. But unfortunately, it also costs a vial slot to hold on to. So, I'll just take it now. Get rid of the projectile speed. Oh, and we found our forest dungeon entrance. Or an entrance at least. Looks like there might be multiple. And yeah, let's take on this. We can opt to fight some enemies here. I always like to do this, at least if I'm trying to win. Because you'll be rewarded with an artifact if you clear out all the enemies. And they're almost always worth it. Some artifacts are a little bit more risky, and I don't pick them up, but it's almost always worth it to at least, see what it is. One thing I've been considering is making it so that when you reach like the last enemy of a wave, because they've been coming in waves, maybe then start adding in more enemies. Because once you're just stuck on the last enemy, it's like, I don't know, it's a little too easy, I feel. But I might just be biased. So more void, more power. This is an interesting one. This is a good example of one that you might have to think twice before you pick up. So our power will be proportional to the curse meter in the bottom left, basically. So it can actually make us weaker if our curse meter is low, but we'll be stronger if it's high. And just to keep things interesting, I'm going to pick it up. And see, our curse meter is around the middle area, so there's not really a difference in our attack power. But once it fills up, then we should get a lot stronger. And so this kind of changes the balance of like when we might want to use a vial. Certain vials don't reset the full meter, they only reduce it by 1/3. So it makes us probably want to gravitate more towards those. And yeah, here's another entrance to the forest dungeon. Yeah, so depending on how the levels are generated, usually there's one main entrance between areas, but sometimes there'll be little alternate side paths depending on how everything ends up getting generated. I want to go to this little top right area here with the exclamation points, because I actually know that's going to end up being our friend, Mr. Mapmaker's pet dog. Where's the other guy? This guy will throw his head at you like a boomerang. Yeah, so this actually, we actually got 3 entrances to the forest dungeon this time. Have another new enemy here. This guy will bounce his nuts at you. And yeah, I really couldn't think of a better way to say that. I mean, to be honest, I didn't give it much more thought. But yeah, that's what he does. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Pick up a new vial, which I should have thought through more because now our curse meter is very low. But that's actually okay, and you'll see why in a second. So here's our dog friend, not happy to see us. We are going to respect her boundaries, we're going to back off, and we're going to talk to the map maker here about his dog. This is the point where that dialogue option would show up, if you were playing a completely fresh save file. So he'll actually give us the toy ball, the dog's favorite toy, and yeah, now we're her best friend in the whole world. Of course, you can pet her. You can play some fetch if you want, kill some time here, and then for our efforts, we can get to the hut, and for now, we can get an HP upgrade. Might be something more significant later, like a quest item or something, but yeah, there's a wholesome little quest you can do there. So now, oh yeah, I was going to do something else. Let's go back to the hub. I actually want to increase my curse meter, so I could sleep at the inn to kill some time. But if I'm going to do that anyway, I am actually going to pay a visit to the blacksmith first, and I'm going to give him my sword to upgrade. You can do this at any time, as long as you have enough money. You can upgrade any weapon twice. And you just have to make sure you are willing to wait for him to upgrade it. But if we want, we can take a nap at the inn to get around this wait time. As long as we don't mind, you know, also letting our curse meter fill up because of all the time that's going by. So go back here, gives us his sword, and now it should do a bit more damage, on top of all the damage we get from having a more full curse meter. So now we're ready for the forest dungeon. Yeah, and so now we're doing quite a bit of damage because we were smart about our resources and our time and our curse meter and all that. Of course, now we're playing with a nearly full curse meter all the time, so we're gonna have to be careful. Keep a close eye on it. But now we're much more equipped for the forest dungeon because the enemies here can be pretty tough. Get this guy. So we have a vial here. So we want to decide, because we're at a full, our slots are full. Do we want to drink one now? Let's see, what do we have? 2 major vials, each of which will reset our meter. This is a major as well, so no, I'm going to actually stay away from that then. Oh, how did I miss that power up? Oops, let's go down. Oh, I must have come from the side. Yeah, let's go down here. You notice the effects, there's like a darkening effect. The saturation of the screen will go down a little bit and you start to see those purple particles. That means that our meter is getting full. As well as the meter will start to glow red down there. So just a bunch of little visual effects to give you a little bit more warning that, hey, your meter's getting full, you might want to do something about it. And I'm actually not sure what we are going to do about it, to be honest. I guess I'll have to drink a vial. Unless we can keep it low by killing enemies quickly. Ooh, your curse meter builds more slowly, but you can no longer consume vials. That's another really risky one. It might actually save me here, but I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm not gonna let that meter fill up unless I'm like ready to end the video, because I'd say there's about a 90% chance that I'll fail. Because I'm just not that good at talking and playing at the same time. I used to be alright. Back in the day, maybe like 10 years ago, I actually used to do a little bit of Let's Playing, but I don't know, the skills just aren't there anymore. So yeah, let's hurry over to the right. Can I kill this guy? We're really up against the wire, but our attack power should also be really high. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and drink it. Yeah, I'll do that, and then so I'm not completely weak, I'll take another nap, which is completely not needed health-wise, but we'll keep my curse meter at least half full. Now we'll hit the switch, which is the Forest Dungeon's main mechanic. Every so often, a powerful gust of wind will come up, and it can blow you up through the ceiling if there's any like high places that you can't reach. A lot of times it also just acts as like a thing that'll get you hurt ultimately. Like it'll knock you into spikes and enemies and things. Although, if you have something, like if you pick something up while the wind activates, it'll weigh you down. So I actually have this toy ball, which is pretty useful in this case, because now I can use it to negate the effects of the wind. So it's like a second unintended, but pretty helpful use, honestly. Here's the boss room. We'll need to find the boss key first before we can do anything here. You can also always hit the ceiling while you're being forced upwards to bounce off of the ceiling. Where's our boss key? Let's see. Where have we not looked? Did we get the boss key? I don't think we got the boss key. Oh, I know. We didn't go here yet. We should check out that area. Oop. Let's go, yeah. And there's also another relic it looks like we can buy from the witch over here while we're at it. Buff us up a little bit before that boss fight. I have a feeling it's going to be a quick fight with our increased attack power. Let's see, do we have anything to break this? We do not. Alright, doesn't look like we can go there yet then. Too bad. Ivy drip. Thinking about it. I'm tempted. I'm getting tempted. But I think it also prevents you from consuming vials for the sake of healing, which is my main hang up with it as well, because I also use them a lot to heal when I'm doing poorly, which actually I've been doing pretty good, I think. My health has been pretty consistently high. Hopefully it didn't just jinx it, but yeah, I think I've been doing pretty well. So yeah, I think we're ready to take on the boss here. We can go to the mountain if we want to buff up a little bit more before the boss fight, but yeah, I think we're ready. I think we can do it. We're only going to get stronger as time goes on, as our curse meter increases. Oh, yeah, we're not doing too hot so far. But I swear I can do this guy hitless with the number of times I fought him. Looks like he's entered his next phase. Oh yeah, we are blowing through his health though right now. We are breezing through this fight. Yeah. I guess he did take out like half my health though, so. Voidstone. Got this guy, which removes a random ailment from our vials. Yeah, just a little sign here about the demo. So what we can do, let's see, let's look at these. So we got this, which is like an item that permanently lets us know, hey, you know, you beat the boss of this area, and there'll be like story implications for this guy later on. This is a Voidstone, which allows us to increase, we can use it to forge our weapons to make them stronger at the blacksmith. Beyond just like a basic upgrade, this will give us like special attributes to our weapon. Let's see, we don't want this curse meter to fill up, so yeah, I'll just take this. I'll take that, and then I'll rest at the end again. Oh yeah, okay, so I should also mention that we can give our Voidstone that we just got, that blue gem, not only to the blacksmith, but we can give them to other people at the hub as well, and it'll have various benefits. So the doctor, we can improve the like potency of his vials, and the innkeeper, the mysterious innkeeper with a secret second double life, she will give us like a thing to help us get more gems. So for every 1 gem, we get 2 gems, basically like a counterfeit type of machine. I am going to give it to... I should have given it to the blacksmith before I went to sleep, but oh well. I'm going to give it to the innkeeper here. So give that to her. Got the counterfeit gadgets, and that will be helpful for getting more money. And there are a lot of relics that kind of go hand in hand with having more money, increasing your power based on having more money. And so this would be a good item to pick up if you're going for like that kind of build. On top of it just being like really good to have money, because you could buy all kinds of items and relics and things. Hazard gear lets us swim through pools of acid, although I don't really think I saw any pools of acid. Oh, there's also a new, well, it's not a new mechanic, but it's a mechanic that I haven't discussed yet, which is the whole temperature stat. So while you're in the mountain, your temperature will go down, and if it reaches 0, you'll be frigid, which is a status effect that affects your stamina regeneration. So you'll want to take a swim in the hot springs every now and then to increase your temperature back up. But there are a few items that can negate this. So if you have the fire element, like I do, you can put that on, and that'll warm you up automatically. So you'll no longer have to worry about that. So just another situation where going one place first might help you beat another place more easily. Let's get the map for this area, and drink a vial to lower our curse a little bit. Just gonna breeze right on past this combat challenge here. There's nothing really else in the demo at this point that I think can provide much of a challenge for us. We have the fire elements, we're in the icy area. Our weapon is upgraded, we're doing pretty good damage, and there is no dungeon for the mountain or like a boss or anything like that for us to worry about. So we really just need to reach the top of the mountain. And then that's all. So really the main obstacle of this demo, I think, is that one boss. So if you can get past him, I think you can do just about anything. You'll notice that these ice enemies here can be killed in one hit because they're literally just chunks of ice. And we have the fire element equipped, so we'll just melt them. icicles can be melted too. However, these like snow cloud ice storm guys, as well as the snowman, are a little bit more resilient. You also might notice that sometimes enemies are spawning as I kill other enemies, and that is because I drank the Spider Lover Vial, which has the negative effect of sometimes spawning spiders when I kill enemies. Found another relic shop here. Get the Backstabber to deal more damage when striking enemies from behind. Now we're going to fall all the way down. And yeah, I think if we go straight down through here, here you'll find where the mountain climber once stood. If you come here too late in the run though, he'll already be frozen over and you can get his broken climbing gear. If you come early, you can actually give him a vial to rescue him, and then you'll get some better gear. So with this gear, we can do like a wall jump off of 2 walls here, like this. And with the better gear, you can do like a single wall climb, kind of like the Mega Man X games. And it looks like down below there is the entrance to the mountain dungeon, or at least the beginning of it, because that's all we have here in the demo. Get rid of this guy, and we are good. We are in, we are done. So here we just have a sign, and that's it. So if you've seen all of this, that's really all there is to do here in this demo. But I think this took me quite a lot of time, actually, so it's a pretty big demo, I would say. It's about half of the game's content. Obviously, a lot of stuff will change and be improved upon, but yeah. I think for the last thing that I'll do is I will go ahead and let that curse meter fill up, just so you can see the Reaper. All right, we let it fill up, and this guy is now going to chase us. Unfortunately, I pretty much killed all of the enemies, but what you need to do if this curse meter does fill up and you do get this guy chasing you is you need to kill a set number of enemies, and then he'll go away. But until then, he will chase you around, and pretty much any hit will kill you, so you'll need to be pretty sly in how you maneuver around him. Try not to corner yourself. It's pretty stressful to do, especially if you're in like unfamiliar territory. It's easy to mess up and, you know, bump into things, take a lot of damage. I think we might actually do okay though. I mean, we're doing really good damage, so we don't have to spend a lot of time in one place whacking enemies. They're going down in only a few hits. And yeah, looks like we made it. Oh, it looks like we made it okay. So yeah, that wasn't actually too bad. So if you're comfortable doing that and you don't mind the risks, taking on, you know, that Reaper monster thingy is not the worst idea, because you can avoid all the negative effects of taking a vial. So, and some artifacts will even power you up if you're, you know, if you have that guy following you. So, just another interesting decision that you might need to make. But yeah, that's all we have here for the demo today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please, if you have time, I would much appreciate it if you would check out the demo for yourself. There is a download link in the description, and you can join the Discord and leave any feedback, any suggestions or ideas you might have. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.